Red arrows en masse ahead of Tuesday's open here today. We are lower across the board. S&P futures down 1.17%. The Dow futures down 0.34%. And the Nasdaq down a whopping 2.5%. So Dow, the strongest here today. We'll see if that turns around at any point. I will say that S&P futures and the Nasdaq futures both slightly up off of the lows, but again, under pressure here today. Now, let's take a look at some cues from last session here and see what we got going on today. Most sectors on the S&P 500 closed on a positive note, with energy, real estate, and healthcare stocks recording the biggest gains on Monday. However, consumer discretionary and communication services bucked the overall market trend and closed the session lower. U.S. stock futures declined on Tuesday as the Nasdaq 100, Dow, and S&P 500 indices fell following Monday's mixed close. President Trump warned he will, quote, do what I have to do, end quote, if Tehran fails to stick to a newly negotiated peace roadmap, which initiated a 60-day U.S. waiver on Iranian sanctions, according to Reuters. Trump added that upcoming weapons inspections would enforce, quote, nuclear honesty, end quote. Iranian officials denied that discussions regarding the nuclear program had begun. Yikes. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.48%. The 2-year bond was at 4.19%. And the CME Group's Fed Watch Tool projections show that the markets are pricing in a 67.9% likelihood of the Federal Reserve leaving the current interest rates unchanged during the upcoming July meeting. Now, we've got several stocks in focus here for you today. The first one is going to be Primoris Services. The ticker is PRIM, P-R-I-M. And it dropped a whopping 33.97% in the pre-market on Tuesday as the company announced the departure of COO Jeremy Kinch and cut its fiscal year 2026 guidance. The next stock on our list is Catheter Precision. The ticker is VTAK, and it surged 43.73% as it filed a prospectus for an offering of 68.07 million shares. The next stock on our list is one of our quantum winners and our quantum stocks from this group here. It's Infleqtion. The ticker on Infleqtion is INFQ, and it rose 3.1% after Trump signed 2 executive orders Monday aimed at accelerating quantum computing development and strengthening cybersecurity as Washington intensifies its competition with China in the race for quantum leadership. The next stock on our list is going to be SpaceX. Ticker SPCX fell another 3.68%, and that is continuing a multi-day decline for the popular space company, which listed on June 12th. With Monday's drop, SpaceX has shed over $400 billion in valuation and fallen to the 7th most valuable company in the world with a market cap of around $2.04 trillion with a T. The last stock on our list is going to be FedEx, and it rose 0.25% as analysts expect it to post quarterly earnings of $5.96 per share on revenue of $24.04 billion after the closing bell today.